Have you ever stopped and wondered, what do people really think of me, but never say out loud? It's a question that few of us want to face, especially as we grow older. We like to believe others see us for our hearts, our wisdom, our experience. And while that's often true, there are also small, almost invisible habits, things we do every day, that quietly change how others see us. The truth is, most people will never tell you. They'll stay polite, they'll smile, they'll nod, but deep down, they notice. And those tiny observations can slowly affect the warmth, the respect, and even the closeness we receive from others. In today's video, we'll uncover 9 silent habits that make a powerful difference in how others view you, especially after 60. These are things people around you see, feel, and react to, but rarely speak about. Stay with me until the end, because number 9 often surprises even the most self-aware seniors. And once you recognize it, you'll never see yourself the same way again. And before we dive in, if you believe in growing wiser, stronger, and more confident with age, take a moment to subscribe and turn on the bell. Your support helps us bring you more uplifting wisdom every week. Now let's begin. Number 1, posture that speaks louder than words. We don't often think of posture as communication, but it absolutely is. A slouched back, lowered head, or drooping shoulders might feel comfortable, but to others, it sends a message of fatigue, defeat, or even disinterest in life. People don't always interpret it correctly. They might think you're fragile, tired, or disengaged, when in truth, you're simply relaxed. But perception matters. Body language experts say nonverbal cues shape 70% of how people see us. When you stand upright, shoulders open, chin slightly lifted, you silently say, "I'm still here. I'm still strong. I'm still living." I once met a man named Robert, 72 years old, who radiated energy wherever he went. His secret wasn't youth, it was posture. He said, "When I started standing tall again, I felt my life straighten with me. Try this. Each time you walk into a room or step outdoors, take one deep breath and gently lift your spine. You'll not only look more confident, you'll feel it." If you agree posture shapes how others see you, comment strength below. Number 2, talking too loud without realizing it. This one's sensitive, but so common. As hearing changes with age, many older adults begin speaking louder, not because they want to, but because their brain is compensating for the quieter world around them. But others notice. They might step back or avoid crowded settings where the volume feels overwhelming. They won't say anything, they don't want to hurt your feelings, but it changes the emotional tone of conversations. One woman, Susan, told me how her grandchildren started pulling away during family dinners. At first, she thought they were just distracted. Later, she realized they were uncomfortable with how loudly she spoke. After getting her hearing checked and using a small hearing aid, she said something powerful. "It wasn't just my hearing that got better. My relationships did too." If you suspect your volume has crept up, don't take it as criticism. See it as care, because adjusting your tone can open hearts back up. Quick reminder, if this video is resonating so far, please subscribe and hit the like button. It helps us reach more people who value wisdom and self-growth after 60. Number 3, dressing without intention. They say clothes don't make the person, but here's the truth, they do communicate something. When we stop caring how we present ourselves, people often misinterpret it. They might think we've lost confidence, energy, or interest in the world, even when that's far from true. It's not about fashion. It's about self-respect. A simple, clean, well-fitted outfit can change how people treat you and how you feel about yourself. Thomas, a retired teacher at 76, once told me, "I wore whatever was comfortable, until I realized comfort without care makes others forget you." After he began dressing with intention, neat shirts, tidy shoes, he noticed something surprising. People smiled more, greeted him first, and even asked for advice again. Dressing with care says to the world, "I'm still showing up for life." Number 4, repeating stories without realizing it. We've all done this. You tell a favorite story again. You see smiles, but something in their eyes says, "I've heard this before." Repetition happens for many reasons, sometimes memory, sometimes comfort, sometimes habit. But when it becomes frequent, people start quietly tuning out. One woman, Linda, age 83, solved it beautifully. She laughed whenever she caught herself repeating something and said, "Well, some stories are worth hearing twice." That self-awareness turned what could have been awkward into something endearing. The key isn't to stop sharing memories, it's to mix in new ones. Talk about something you read, saw, or experienced this week. Your stories are treasures. Keep polishing them with freshness. Comment listening below if you believe every story deserves attention, but awareness makes it even more beautiful. Number 5. Neglecting personal appearance. Personal care isn't vanity, it's vitality. When you take the time to groom, to maintain neatness, to appear cared for, it silently tells people, "I still matter." A man named George, 78, once wore the same faded jacket for years. His daughter convinced him to buy a new one. He later said, "It wasn't about the jacket, it was about remembering that I'm still living, not just existing." Clean nails, brushed hair, a touch of fragrance. These small rituals reconnect you with your own dignity. People notice it instantly. It's not about impressing others. It's about honoring yourself. Number 6. Talking too much about health problems. This one is easy to fall into, and it's understandable. Health becomes a bigger part of life with age, and sharing your struggles can bring comfort. But when every conversation turns to aches, medications, or medical appointments, people, even family, can quietly withdraw. They don't mean to. It's just that constant reminders of pain create emotional fatigue. Balance is the secret. You can share, but also share joy. Talk about your hobbies, your garden, your memories, your curiosity. Martha, 74, used to talk endlessly about her arthritis. When she started blending humor and lighter topics, her friends started visiting again. Remember, people aren't drawn to perfect health. They're drawn to resilient spirits. Number 7. Ignoring modern etiquette. The world changes fast, and what once seemed polite or funny might now sound insensitive or outdated. Sometimes, without meaning harm, older adults make comments about weight, marriage, or appearance that younger generations find awkward. The result? People quietly distance themselves. But when an older person adapts gracefully, it surprises everyone in the best way. Frank, 81, used to ask his nieces, "When will you settle down?" After learning that times have changed, he began asking, "What are you passionate about these days?" That small shift transformed every conversation. Staying adaptable isn't weakness. It's wisdom in motion. Number 8. Talking more than listening. With age comes stories, experiences, and lessons, and sometimes the joy of sharing them makes us forget to pause. But people, especially younger ones, crave being heard. When you listen with curiosity, you offer one of the most valuable gifts of all: attention. Eleanor, 79, used to fill every family dinner with her stories. Then she started asking first, "What's new in your world?" Suddenly, her grandchildren opened up more than ever. The more you listen, the more people love to be around you. It's not just conversation, it's connection. Number 9. Overlooking the small details that speak volumes. Sometimes it's not the big things, it's the small ones. Wrinkled shirts, worn-out shoes, untrimmed hair. They might seem minor, but to others, they send messages of decline. But when you take those same small details and handle them with care, it changes everything. Robert, 82, used to walk daily in slippers. One day, he wore proper shoes, tucked in his shirt, and lifted his chin. The same neighbors who once pitted him now greeted him with admiration. He later said, "Nothing around me changed, just the way I carried myself." Small acts of care make a loud statement. You still value life, and it shows. Final reflections. Life after 60 is a season of incredible depth, of stories, lessons, laughter, and courage. But it's also a time when awareness becomes our greatest strength. Every little habit, posture, tone, clothing, attitude shapes how others see us and, more importantly, how we see ourselves. These 9 reminders aren't criticism. They're invitations to live intentionally, to stay engaged, to reflect the dignity and vitality that aging cannot take away. So stand tall, speak gently, dress with pride, listen with heart, Smile with purpose. Because every day you're alive, you're setting an example of what grace in aging truly looks like. Tell us in the comments, which of these 9 habits do you want to work on this week? We read every comment and love hearing your reflections. If you found this video valuable, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a gentle reminder that age is not decline, it's refinement. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Until next time, stay wise, stay kind, and keep walking with dignity.